Stay with me here, for what I'm about to share with you has the power to shift your perspective on the world. We live in a reality where suffering is an inherent part of the human experience. Pain, loss, and hardship touch every life, often in ways both big and small. And yet, in the midst of this suffering, there exists a profound and transformative force, compassion. As you reflect on your own life, I'm sure you've encountered moments of struggle and pain. Perhaps you've experienced the ache of loneliness, the sting of failure, or the weight of responsibility. It's in these moments that compassion, both for ourselves and others, becomes a beacon of hope. But what is compassion, really? Is it simply a feeling, a choice, or a practice? Let's explore this concept through the lens of Western philosophy. The Stoics, for instance, understood the importance of compassion in the face of suffering. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often grappled with the idea of how to cultivate a sense of inner strength while still being open to the struggles of others. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Here, Aurelius suggests that our obstacles can become opportunities for growth, but only if we approach them with a compassionate mindset. The ancient Greek pre-Socratics also touched on this idea. Heraclitus, with his emphasis on the fluidity of life, noted that the way up and the way down are one and the same. This notion speaks to the interconnectedness of all things, and how our individual struggles are part of a larger, universal experience. If we can recognize this interconnectedness, we're more likely to approach others with empathy and understanding. As you consider your own relationships, I invite you to pause and reflect. How do you respond when someone close to you is suffering? Do you try to fix their problems, or do you simply offer a listening ear? What would you have done differently in a past situation if you had approached it with more compassion? The Hellenistic schools, too, offered insights into the nature of compassion. The Epicureans, for example, believed that the key to happiness lay in living a simple life, free from excessive desires and fears. However, they also recognized that true fulfillment comes from cultivating friendships and connections with others. Epicurus himself wrote, "Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our happiness." This emphasis on enjoyment and connection speaks to the importance of nurturing relationships and approaching others with compassion. Now, I'd like to challenge you. Do you agree that compassion is essential for building strong, meaningful relationships? Or do you think differently? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The Cynics, on the other hand, took a more radical approach to compassion. They rejected the conventions of society, choosing instead to live in accordance with nature. This rejection of societal norms allowed them to focus on what truly mattered, the cultivation of inner strength and the pursuit of virtue. As you navigate your own life, I encourage you to consider what conventions or expectations might be holding you back from living more authentically. As we fast forward to modern times, we find that the importance of compassion remains unchanged. However, the pace and complexity of modern life often make it difficult for us to prioritize this value. We're constantly bombarded with information, notifications, and demands on our attention. It's easy to get caught up in this whirlwind and forget about the people around us. But here's the thing, compassion is not just a feel-good concept, it's a necessity for our well-being. When we approach others with empathy and understanding, we create a ripple effect of kindness that can spread far and wide. This, in turn, can have a profound impact on our own mental and emotional health. Remember what I am about to say, as it's crucial to your understanding of compassion in modern life. Think about your relationships, your work, and your daily interactions. Where can you inject more compassion into your life? Is it in the way you respond to a difficult colleague, or in the way you engage with a stranger on the street? As you reflect on your own life, I invite you to write down 3 instances where you've shown compassion to someone else. How did it make you feel? What did you learn from the experience? The Roman thinker Cicero noted that true strength lies not in the absence of emotions, but in the ability to govern them. This ability to govern our emotions, to approach others with compassion and understanding, is a hallmark of true strength. It's a strength that allows us to build deeper connections, to navigate conflicts with greater ease, and to find more joy in our lives. The medieval Christian thinkers, such as Augustine and Aquinas, also emphasized the importance of compassion. Augustine, for instance, wrote extensively on the nature of love and compassion, seeing them as essential aspects of the human experience. He believed that our capacity for compassion was a reflection of God's love, and that it was through the practice of compassion that we could come to understand this love more deeply. As you consider your own spiritual or philosophical perspectives, I invite you to pause and think about this. What role does compassion play in your understanding of the world? Is it a central tenet, or is it something you've not given much thought to? Share your answer in the comments below. In modern times, thinkers like Montaigne, Pascal, and Kierkegaard have continued to explore the concept of compassion. Montaigne, for example, wrote about the importance of empathy and understanding in his essays, often using himself as a case study. He recognized that true wisdom came not from intellectual understanding, but from a deep sense of compassion and connection to others. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing. We release new wisdom every week, and you'd like to explore more content like this, consider subscribing to our channel. We regularly post videos on philosophy, self-improvement, and personal growth. As we come to the end of our exploration, I want to leave you with a challenge. Take a moment each day to practice compassion. It can be as simple as listening to someone who needs to be heard, or offering a kind word to a stranger. As you do this, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Does it bring you a sense of connection, of purpose? Here is the truth no one speaks. Compassion is not a weakness, but a strength. It's a strength that allows us to navigate the complexities of life with greater ease, to build deeper connections with others, and to find more joy in our lives. And this is the part that will stay with you. As you go about your day, I encourage you to approach others with compassion and understanding. Not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. Not just when it's convenient, but when it's necessary. For in doing so, you'll not only transform your relationships, but also your very own sense of self. Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Share this with someone who needs to hear it and comment below. I read every single one. As you reflect on your own journey, I invite you to carry the concept of compassion with you, to integrate it into your daily life. For in doing so, you'll discover a more profound sense of connection, of purpose, and of peace.